Good morning. Next news. Jon Stewart rips Republicans for trying to Jedi mind trick Americans into thinking there never was an Epstein list. Video. The Wrap. Jon Stewart took aim Monday night at the Trump administration for walking back its promises about the government's Jeffrey Epstein files. Below are your comments. Let's be honest, there are far too many high-level people from all sides and all parts of the world on that list for it to ever be released. If there is one thing the global elite can agree on, no matter what side of the aisle they are on, it's that the list can never see the light of day. Unfortunately, you cannot strictly blame Republicans for this. The FBI and the DOJ have had the Epstein files in since 2008 when they first prosecuted him. This means that Bush, Obama, Trump, Biden, Trump could have at any time released that list. So if there is a list, which I believe there is, it must contain the names of some very important and wealthy people, and that by releasing the list, it would disrupt the core of both our financial and political system as well as the world, and so it will never be released. Maybe the DOJ should subpoena some of those teenagers that are now adults to testify about who and what they saw at the Epstein parties. We have victims of Epstein Island and we have a trafficker of children in jail. When are the actual criminals going to be exposed and put in jail? Answer: never. Neither party is willing to do it. Probably because their buddies and donors are on the list. I say release Maxwell now. Her conviction was not justice for the victims. She was apparently convicted of trafficking children to no one. Focus is on the existence of a list, not on who did what. There are many ways to find out without a list of some sort. I'm sure that list was erased immediately. Neither party nor their donors want that list released. We as Republicans are going to add to the debt? Yes. They always do. Can we stop pretending like either party cares about the debt or deficits? I'd prefer that. You really do have to hand it to Republicans and the right-wing media machine. They have managed to successfully convince the working middle class that the reason they are living paycheck to paycheck is because rich people aren't making enough money, and it's the poor people's fault. Are we seriously going to pretend that the people who voted for Trump aren't disappointed about this? It's not surprising. The economy could not handle arresting all the people who are on those videos. But it's still disappointing. The blackmail was just taken over by the current administration. It's why all the companies have started falling in line with what the current administration wants. We all know the Trump admin won't ever release it, because half of the MAGA team is likely in the report. As an objective outsider, publish it and let the chips fall where they lay. If someone is committing a crime and there's proof, they need to be held accountable. Unlike MAGA, I want everyone held accountable, instead of just my team. Even if Trump was on the list for activities a few times per week, it wouldn't bother his followers one bit. That goes for the evangelicals who are so holy they chose Trump as their Lord and Savior even though he has broken almost every commandment and bragged he'd get away with that one too. Like Trump always keeps saying it is his big beautiful bill. It is definitely big, but there is nothing beautiful about it. Again. Jedi mind trick. Vote blue and flip the house. There are 4 ways to get as wealthy as Epstein was. 1. Inherit money. 2. Invent something rather groundbreaking. 3. Be a brilliant investor like Warren Buffett. Or 4. Or get leverage on a lot of powerful people. My guess is that Epstein was making progress as a number 3, until he had the leverage to get things done. Remember, he was almost put in jail in Florida in the early 2000s. He made Diddy look like a geek at a junior high dance, and yet, nada. There are lists. And there are photos. And there are videos. Who knows? Maybe Trump is trying to protect a few of his heavy donors along with himself? Trump was asked in an interview, "Will you release the MLK files?" "Yes, absolutely." "Will you release He JFK files?" "Yes, absolutely." "Will you release the Epstein file?" Yes, well, maybe. You know there are some innocent people still involved. Yeah, pretty sure we all know one. Did Pam Bondi not say she had the list on her desk? All of the dopes that keep arguing about this, left and right, Republican and Democrat. You all forget it's the rich and in power versus the rest. They are on the same team. He showed a clip of Bondi saying she had the list on her desk. So where is it, Pam? Get another $25,000 donation to forget about it? And why are you for sale so cheap? Why does this administration even speak to the public? They're going to do whatever they want. Nobody can stop them. Just tell us where to send our paychecks. Whatever. If the DOJ released a list missing DJT after Elon said he saw it on there, that would too obvious. So they just say a list doesn't exist. Maybe they thought there was a list, but it would be easy to disprove their statements. Just ask former Biden's AG Merrick Garland. If Garland says there is a list, then we know Bondi is lying about the existence of a client list. I could see her lying to protect some high-power individuals. I would love to see these people in Congress raise their families on what I live on for just 1 month. I currently get $967 a month from SSI. I have to live in subsidized housing where utilities are included just to keep my head above water. My sister in another state gets SSDI and her 20-year-old son who lives with her gets SSI. They also live in income-based housing, but they have to pay all utilities. The utility bill alone is around $400 per month. They get 0 food stamps. However, if her son was over 22, they could separate their cases and get around $150 each. But together they get nothing. Before I finally got SSI last fall, I was only getting $450 per month from state while in the Social Security appeals process. I had to pay all that back when I got approved plus pay my attorney. If they tried to live on even $967 per month, I doubt any of them would be able to do it. No more organics, cheap processed foods. Healthy food is more expensive in general. Having to buy all generic products for household items like toilet paper, dish soap, body wash, etc. Things might actually change if they had to live like a poor person for once in their lives. The more alarming thing is that everyone can see the bovine waste Bondi and others are now saying out that list, and yet they think we are not smart enough to realize something is wrong. So, the real question is, who is behind the scenes to limit the release of the list and why? Patel, Bongino, Bondi, Trump and even many in the prior Biden administration lied to everyone. I can imagine how deep this goes with Epstein. How many people have been threatened with keeping their mouths shut? It may be one of the biggest government cover-ups of all time. Every intelligent person knew the list would get buried. And anyone that tries to unbury it may find themselves in that hole in the ground. There may be people on both sides on that list. But the Republicans are the ones making the list disappear, so someone very important is on page 0. Nay. Where was the list when Biden was president, and where do we suppose it will go when the Republicans lose office? I figured old John would already have a copy. It's amazing, the cult reacts to revelations that they have been lied to by the cult leader with the usual whining about the media. Look, MAGAs, the media isn't lying to you, your cult leader and his sycophants are. Please subscribe to my channel. And if you like it, please thumbs up.